It was 64 years ago today, the turning point of World War II, June 6, 1944. D-Day, when Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy to retake France and Europe from the Nazis. And while we all know who took the first steps on the moon, you'll probably never guess who took the first step on D-Day.
Well, he still lives right here in the Bay Area in Largo. And Fox 13's Craig Patrick has a story.
Leonard Schroeder keeps some very special boots in his garage. He wore them when he led the charge that drove the Nazis out of France.
The beginning of the end of Hitler's Europe.
But you won't find him in these old time capsules of D-Day. That's because Colonel Schroeder got there well before the movie cameras. He was the first soldier to set foot on the beach. His family back home saw his name in the paper.
She said, "I want you to know that my son and your husband landed safely on the beach." And I thought, poor Mom.
She didn't know the hell he faced. The rickety boat ride on the churning sea was bad enough.
Well, about 80% of the guys in there in that boat were sick, upchucking.
Then he saw the beach and his own air support still blasting it to bits.
The largest air attack in history paved the way for the men at sea who waited off the coast of Normandy.
Schroeder says nobody told him to wait.
And they were running late on that Air Force schedule. On ours, we were jumping a little ahead of time. They were dropping all these bombs right on the place where we were going in.
First, he had to figure out where to ground the boat
without getting bombed by our own guys.
Then he and his troops had to dodge German missiles and then machine guns as they charged the Nazi fort.
Went through here and one came out there, and this just blew out.
But he had already killed the machine gunner and literally cleared the path to freedom.
You break a hole in the seawall wide enough and clear enough to let the vehicles and the tanks get through.
If you're wondering why the Army picked Schroeder, let's go back a few years. He was the little boy bullies used to attack.
They put me in a damn hole out there in the schoolyard. When the bell rang for everybody to go in the morning, I couldn't get out of that hole.
Those same bullies later murdered his friend.
They blew his damn head off.
That dulled his fear and drove him to fight, and the Army needed a fearless fighter. The colonel stepped up and walked right into the most important battle of our time. Craig Patrick, Fox 13 News.
Leonard Schroeder was 25 years old on D-Day. He went on to fight in Korea as well. He's 89 years old. As you can see, still doing pretty well there, too.